So to the blue ribbon, the finale of the 1991 World Championships, the men's eights. These the 6 crews looking for this final, the 22nd gold medal of the World Championships. In lane number 1, Great Britain, with 4 members of last year's crew in the boat, which finished 4th, just out of the medals. Then Canada in lane number 2, the silver medalists, with 7 of the crew surviving. And in lane 3, the champions Germany, again with 7 survivors from their crew, and the Germans really value this race above perhaps all others.
Well, they've been dominant for the last 2 or 3 years, and the Canadians beat them early on in the season and reckoned that they were now on a roll, but I think the West Germans have got the bit between their teeth here. They've had a wonderful regatta, the United Germany, a wonderful regatta. And there's Romania.
Romania in lane number 4. And just to their left, a very exciting young crew, because most of these lads are just about 18 or 19. The men's heavyweight 8 representing China. And what a prospect this crew is. Whatever they do today will be a bonus.
Ready.
And completing the lineup,
ready.
New Zealand
Germany
in
ready.
lane 6.
Romania
So
ready.
real talent on
China
show here.
ready. Are you ready? Go!
Both Romania and China have 4 men in the boat each who rode in the Cox.Paul event yesterday. But Germany is the crew to watch. And this crew is fresh. They have to be, because they've got Canada alongside them, and it's Canada that they're going to have a lot of difficulty with in this race.
Stoking that German crew, Roland Baar, double world gold medalist, and a lot resting on his shoulders, because they've managed to hold off the Canadians at Lucerne and also at Henley Royal Regatta. But there's a lot of determination in that Canadian camp.
Oh yes, indeed there is, and it's Germany who have taken that slight edge from Canada. The first 250 metres they've got maybe 2 men on the Canadians, and New Zealand, who've had rather a quiet time in the last 2 or 3 years after so much success during the 70s. The crew that sits up tall, very quick onto the catches, another very well-disciplined crew, come out of their summer season, and here they are in the final, but at the moment lying last.
Indeed, New Zealand just with that sole gold medal at the moment from Philippa Baker in the opening event of these championships in the lightweight single sculls. But here's the British crew, Cox there by Gary Herbert, with Timothy Foster at stroke, and behind him Anton Obholzer. And the British not without a chance of a medal in this, although one has to say they're going to have to row above themselves, I think, to put them into contention.
They're a very young crew, apart from the Bow pair. Martin Cross is in his 14th World Championships, and Richard Stanhope nearly as much experience, but the stern of this crew, very experienced. There's Anton Obholzer now, a very good sculler, sitting here now at the 7th seat in the British 8. Young men, all of them junior medalists, most of them gold medalists, very, very experienced, sitting in the crew. The 2 brothers, J.Searle and G.Searle, at 4 and 5 in the middle of the boat there. But you watch them finish. They have always a tremendously gutsy finish, wonderful courage, light crew, but a very, very technically effective crew.
The Chinese, again, another young crew, all about 18 or 19. I don't think there's a member of this crew that's over 20. And the Chinese actually, through the first 500 metres in 3rd place, just over 1 3/4 seconds behind the German crew, who led through the first 500 ahead of the Canadians. And so far it's the Germans who've got about 1/3 of a second ahead of the Canadians, but it's still all to play for. This battle unfolding all the time. There's the mini count on the Germans, and a good chance to see that blade work, Dan.
Yes, you see how sharp and hard they are on the catches. Their stroke is very, very effective from catch to finish. They don't row too long. They're big men, so they don't have to stretch out for it too much. Very quick onto the toes and onto the catch.
And also Germany a little quicker there than anyone else in the second 500, 1:28.33, and that's just a 10th quicker than Romania, who are moving up from lane number 4.
Romania have got their Cox.Paul in the middle of their boat. Those legs are going to start feeling the pressure in the last 500 metres, but at the moment they're pressing the Canadians for second place.
John Wallace, the stroke there, facing Cox.Paul, with just behind him Bruce Robertson at 7 for Canada, and working ever so hard. They've got to stay on terms and in touch with the Germans, who've got a useful lead after the first 1,000 metres of this race. On the far side, though, moving up, and moving up very effectively, in fact overhauling the Canadians now, are the Romanians in lane 4. They've really moved to good effect there.
The Germans have seen them. The Germans are knuckling down. That hard catch, that hard driving catch. But the Romanians are pressing them. The Romanians are there only just half a length down, and the Romanians are flying. Excellent shot there, up the course. You can see how far they've got to go. But they've got to wind now. They're into the second half. They've got to wind. They've got to charge for the finish. But everybody's going to come for them. They know the Canadians are going to come for them. They can feel that the Romanians are there with them as well.
In fact, the Romanians quicker than anyone through that third 500, 1:29.72, which has boosted them up into second place. The Canadians now, though, beginning to respond to the pressure, and are now moving up on the Germans, as it looks as if the Romanians might have just spent all that energy a bit too early. The Canadians now picking up man by man, as the British also have got to find some improvement if they want to put themselves into contention in fourth place at the 1,500 metre mark.
Well, the British are a long way back, but they've really made a charge. They've come past now. They've come past the Chinese. They're the Germans. They're beginning to wind it up for home as well. The 5-man Blade a bit late. He's about a blade late on his 7-man, but they're winding for home.
And all the time it's the Canadians that are really closing on them stroke by stroke, but can they get there? The British in lane 1 on the far right of your screen, looking to get into medal contention. Then in lane 2 the Canadians. This is the bow of the Romanian boat. I don't think they can do any more. That's the Germans in the lead. There are the Canadians just inside them, closest to picture now. Just about 5 or 6 strokes, and inside on lane number 1 the British are coming as well, and it's the Germans who get there from the Canadians. Great Britain just overhauling Romania for the bronze medal, and what a famous charge there for the British. They looked out of contention for so much of this race, and they grabbed a medal at the last gasp. But what a performance by the Germans. When they were asked the questions by the Canadian, they kept finding that little bit more. And I'm not sure that's terribly wise, standing up in the boat after all of that. They look absolutely out.
Well, they had to fight for that against the Romanians for a while, and then the Canadians coming there at the end as well. The Canadians took a long time to wind up, but they came very close. And the British, wow, fantastic finish there, just about half a length down on the gold medal.
Super finale. The Germans outsped in the last 500 metres by both the British and the Canadians. The British 1:26.47, the Canadians 1:27.33, but a mightily relieved Roland Baar, because he's hung on to the title that the Germans value so much, and given his country a 7th gold medal right at the end of the 91 World Championships. A fine note on which to end, with no less than 21 countries going home with a medal from Vienna. A regatta remarkably well organised, very friendly, and great competition. It is Germany who head the medal table, ahead of the Canadian women, who collected no less than 4 gold medals, Italy doing well with 2 along with Great Britain, and China, Ireland and New Zealand all with gold medals. A tremendous competition then. I hope you've enjoyed the action, and on behalf of Daniel Topolsky and myself, David Goldstrom, goodbye from Vienna. We look forward to your company next year in Barcelona at the Olympic Games.
Are you ready? Go!